Hello everyone. The topic which we are going to cover in this video is observer pattern in Java. It's also a story about my friend Lisa who wanted to have a perfect red dress for her 18th birthday and she found one at a website. But before she could buy it, it went out of stock. So she clicked on Notify Me button and registered her email ID so that when the dress will get in stock, website will inform Lisa using an email. There could be other users who must have registered using Notify Me button and all of them will be informed by website. If you're wondering why I am telling you this story, it is because all the users in this case are observers of red dress, which is an observable. So we are talking about observer pattern over here. Let's try to understand it. Observer pattern has got an item which is observable and which is being observed by multiple observers. So there is one-to-many relationship. Whenever there is a state change to observable, then all the observers are notified about the change and they can take some action. For example, in this case, when the status of the red dress will change to in stock, all the observers or all the users will be notified who can then buy the dress, which is the action. Users can choose to subscribe or unsubscribe. For example, if Lisa finds a better dress at some other website, she can choose to unsubscribe from the notification. That's all about observer pattern. Now, we are going to achieve this in Java. Observable actions are the actions which observable should be able to do. Number one, it should be able to register an user or it should be able to remove a user. And it should be able to notify all the users who have registered for the notification. Now, let's write some Java code for this. We will have an interface observer. It will be observer. And we will have another interface observable, and this interface is going to have all the actions which we defined. For example, it is going to have add observer, which will be used to add a new observer, remove observer, which will be used to remove an existing observer from the list, and finally it will have a method notify all the observers. It should always maintain a list of all the observers, so we need to have a property list observers, using which we can maintain the list of all the observers which need to be informed. I am using array list, and you can specify that type will always be observer. So our observable interface is ready. Now, what should be there in observer interface? Observer interface should always have a method which should be called from observable whenever there is a state change. In this case, the method will be update. So I'm going to add a method update, and this method will be called whenever we need to notify the observer. Apart from this, we should also have a method unsubscribe. So in case if observer want to unsubscribe from the notification, it can use this method. So our interface are ready. Now we need the classes. Our first class will be red dress, which we saw in our example. It will have Boolean property in stock, which will tell us whether the dress is in stock or not. And we will need getter and setter. These will be the methods which we will use to get and set the value of this particular property. So red dress is ready. Now another class which we need is user class. What should user class have? First of all, it should have an object of redress. Okay. And it should have a method buy dress, because whole purpose of this particular user is to buy dress. Using this method, the implementation is simple. It will check if red dress is in stock, then buy it. So I'm going to print got my dress. Simple, right? So user is ready, red dress is ready. Now it's time to make this red dress observable. For that, we will need to implement observable interface and add implementation to all the methods. What will be the implementation for add observer? We have got a list of observers, right? So we need to use add method of array list and pass the object so that it can be added to the list. Simple. Similarly, we will use the remove method of array list, and we will remove an existing object. Finally, we need to notify all the observers. To notify all the observers, we need to iterate the list of the observers, get one observer at a time, and how do we notify all the observers? By calling their update method. So we are done. Now the question is, when should we notify all the observers? Whenever the red dress will become in stock, the value of this variable will be changed to true using the method setInStock. So we can add a check over here that if the value of in stock is true, then we can call notify all the observers. Done. We are ready with our observable. Now it's time to make our observer. To make the user as observer, we need to implement observer interface and add implementation to the methods. So let's add implementation to unsubscribe. How can we unsubscribe? We have got an object of redress. We can use that, and we can call remove observer and pass this object. So this will remove this particular object from the list of observers. Simple. Inside update method, we need to take some action whenever the red dress is in stock, and the action will be buy dress. Once we have bought the dress, we can unsubscribe from the list. So we are done. Our observer is ready, observable is ready. So in this case, whenever there is a state change in observable, then that information is pushed to the observer. This is known as push approach. There could be another approach where observer keeps a watch on the properties of observable. So it keeps pulling the property of observable, and whenever the property changes, it takes some action. For example, in our case, suppose if Lisa wants to buy the dress only if the price is discounted, she will keep going back to the website and keep checking the price. As soon as the price will change and she will get the required price, she can go ahead and buy it. This approach is known as pull approach. That's all about observer pattern. I hope you would have liked the video and it will help you in better understanding this pattern. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Bye-bye.